We are what? We are who? We are what? Vibrant. We are who? 50 plus. Hi, welcome to Gray Lives on the Rise. I am your host, Professor Jamila Franklin, and we are coming to you from Oyende Enterprises, being sponsored by Jamila Sense, which is our product line of aromatherapy products that helps heal the mind, body, and soul. And we are bringing to you Alamaj's rebirthing program, as well as Jamila Sense, and a host of wonderful programs that will help heal your body, heal your soul, and heal your mind. 50 plus people, we are here to stay. Gray Lives on the Rise. We are what? We are who? We are vibrant, and we are here to stay. Join us for our wonderful episodes. Thank you, and continue to look for our episodes weekly, being brought to you again from Oyende Enterprises and Jamila Sense. See you soon. Greetings, everyone. Welcome again to Gray Lives on the Rise. I'm the host, Professor Jamila Franklin, and today we have the beautiful, lovely Juliet Jewels Sherriff. Okay? So, before we get started, let me just do some intro things with you. As I said, I'm Professor Jamila Franklin. I am the founder, CEO of Gray Lives on the Rise. And it became, and you see her lovely mug, and I have on my Gray Lives on the Rise t-shirt. Okay. Yeah. So I got started over 2 years ago as I was walking, because I love exercising. I was walking vigorously, and this download came into my consciousness, and it said, you know, there's nothing out there that deals with your demographic. And I thought about it. I said, that's true. It's true. So the 50 plus demographic, except Medicare and Medicaid in the US. And Medicare deals with illnesses, and I am vegan and have no illnesses. And it's not that being vegan means that I don't have illnesses, it just means that I don't. And then AARP, American Association for Retired Persons. And I'm not retired, and none of my friends have really retired, partially some of them. But it's so, I said, that doesn't really resonate with me. Even though the people within the organization I acted, the name just didn't resonate. And then the other thing that came to me was, okay, you need to read language, have people look at themselves differently in terms of the adjectives that they use. You need to come up with a name for this movement, because it's a movement. You need to have a store for the products, and you need to have a podcast. So I started saying to people, we are not elderly, we're not feeble, we're not old, we are vibrant, we are mature, we are seasoned.
You're speaking
alive, and we're golden. So that resonated more with me. And then I said, okay, what's the name? Gray Lives Matter came to me. I said, nah, that's overused. Then Gray Lives on the Rise. I said, yes. You know, we're on the rise, we're on the upswing. Gray doesn't mean that your hair has to be gray or that you have to have hair, period. Yeah. Juliet's hair is beautiful and it's gray, but it can be any color. It means your consciousness, you're in the 50 plus group. So then I was thinking, okay, the store is wonderful because we have products with our brand, Gray Lives, like I showed you, Gray Lives on the Rise. And people really loved the symbol. They loved the way that it was printed on the merchandise. So I said, yeah. So the last thing was the podcast. And our podcast is for people who are 50 plus who are desiring to have their stories told, to have their merchandise featured, and just connect with other like-minded people. Because when you turn 50 in the States, all of a sudden you become like an old relic. People don't pay attention to you anymore. They dismiss you. They think you have nothing to say, even though most of these people are working for people who are 50 plus. Go figure. It's interesting. It's interesting. So I decided to talk to people around the world. This is a global podcast. We have people from Serbia on the show. We've had people from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, the Netherlands, just like Juliet is from Canada.
Yep.
So we've had people from different spots, coast, the Philippines,
Wow.
and Haiti. We've had people who are from different places and spaces, and it has all worked marvelously. So
That's
happy.
amazing. That's amazing.
So happy. We're going into year 2, which means that we've had over 50 episodes, and we're coming up on, I think, our 58th with Juliet. So we are so excited. We're coming to the end of the calendar year in December. So look for our upcoming shows too. We have a lot in store for you. So a little bit about myself and about the company underwriting this. I'm Professor Jamila Franklin. I am a certified Reiki master, certified aromatherapist, certified metaphysician, college professor of psychology, and other areas. And I'm an award-winning author. I'm also a mental health therapist. I've had my practice for over 30 years.
Wow,
And
congratulations.
yeah, thank you. And I deal with all types of trauma. I deal with ancestral trauma and emotional trauma and other things, physical abuse trauma. And I also deal with empowering people and leading diversity charges to help people really be able to connect in spite of people's so-called differences. And I have also, I have Jamila Sense, which is my wonderful, wonderful aromatherapy company. And that's the company of mine. I have my major company, Oyende Enterprises, but under that, Jamila Sense is one of the companies. And this is my aromatherapy product, Peace Be Still. It is amazing. It's the one I'm writing this episode. See how clear it is? So you just put it on your hands, and it just has lavender, lemongrass, and geranium in it, and a base of grapeseed oil. You rub your hands together. You breathe in. Oh my goodness. Breathe in. Breathe in. All of your stress goes away. It gets rid of stress, anxiety, depression, PTSD, sinus congestion, sinus headaches, migraine headaches, and it gets rid of any stressor, and flies and mosquitoes won't come near you because they don't like the smell of lavender, lemongrass, and geranium. So you put it on your body, and it gets in your body within 10 to 20 minutes, and it stays in your body for up to 10 hours with no counter side effects, and it eliminates from your body through your urine and your perspiration. So if you're taking medication, there will be no side effects. It does not interfere with medicines that you may be taking. So Jamila Sense. And also Gray Lives on the Rise is my newest company under Oyende Enterprises. That's the one we're talking about tonight. So go to my website and find out about all of these wonderful things that we have. Oyende Enterprises, and it's spelled O like an orange, Y like in young, I like an independent, N like in Nancy, D like in dog, E like an elephant, and then Enterprises, ENTERPRISES.com. Again, it's OyendeEnterprises.com. Right, now we've done that, getting to the reason why we are here today, to hear about the wonderful things with Julianna Jewels Sherriff. Okay, she's fondly known also as Jewels. And she is the founder of Jewels Wellness Journals Ltd. and creator of the Breathe Mental Health Journal, a flagship premium guided journal designed for midlife women navigating anxiety, stress, and overwhelm. How many of us have been through that? I know I have. After nearly 2 decades As an educator and coach, Jules saw how many women were carrying heavy emotional loads while putting themselves last. That's so true. She created her journals as practical, beautiful tools to help women slow down, calm their nervous systems, and reconnect with their inner strength. The Breathe Journal has become a favorite for women looking to add an accessible tool to their mental health toolbox. And this fall, she's launching a spiral bound edition to make journaling even more accessible. Her next release, Letting Go, Inhale Courage, Exhale Fear, is designed to help women release fear, reclaim their voice, and embrace their next chapter with courage and confidence. Yay! Jules is also the voice behind Rise with Jules on YouTube, where she shares raw stories about mental health, addiction, menopause, trauma, and journaling as a path to healing. Journaling is so important because you're writing your thoughts down so you can see them rather than keeping them in your mind.
Absolutely.
You know, and not really sometimes connecting with what you have in your mind. Mm-hmm. She's a morning person who starts her day at 5 a.m. with journaling, meditation, and lots of coffee. And she feels most at peace near the ocean. Her own journey from childhood trauma, addiction, burnout, and self-doubt to building a heart-led business gives her a deeply personal connection to the women she serves. She's passionate about proving it's never too late to rewrite your story. Rise with courage and create a life that actually feels good. One journal page at a time. That is so wonderful. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. It feels so weird having somebody talk about your experiences and your journey.
I know. But we as women tend to be a bit too humble sometimes.
I think
The
so.
journal.
Yeah. But thank you very much for having me on this podcast. I really appreciate it. I really love your work and I love your podcast and I also love your merchandise, the mug. So this felt right when I was given this opportunity to be here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you.
we're so happy to have you, beloved. I call everyone beloved because they are. We're so happy to have you, our Canadian sister from across
on
the
the
lake.
Atlantic coast.
Yeah. So let's talk about how you came to this wonderful passion of journaling, starting with your childhood and what was your dream once you materialized this wonderful project in terms of Jewels in the journaling process? What led you here?
What led me here? I could talk all day about that, but I'll keep it short. So I grew up, I was adopted and I grew up in a small family in a very small town. My parents loved me very much. I have absolutely no doubt that they loved me, but they were abusive. My father was physically abusive. My mother was verbally abusive. I was called a lot of names that I won't say here because maybe some people don't want to hear it, but it tore my self-confidence down. I didn't have a lot of mentors either. My parents were victims of their own environment. Neither one of them graduated from high school. There's definitely intergenerational trauma in my family history, the family that brought me up, probably most families. But that doesn't mean that there's a blame game for my parents. There's none. I just want to get that out there. My parents loved me very much. There were lots of great times. But that said, by the age of 13, I was looking for ways to numb, and I started drinking at that age, and it ramped up. It ramped up. I knew in my 20s that I shouldn't be drinking. but I
Mm-hmm.
kept going. It took me decades to understand the difference between a blackout and passing out. So yeah, so I'm not a very nice person when I drink, so I shouldn't be drinking. Wine is my choice of poison. So I've been in and out of therapy, and I've had a lot of amazing therapists over the decades, and for bulimia as well. Again, another thing
Mm-hmm.
to try to numb out. But there was only the talking piece of the therapy happening, and there wasn't the how is your body feeling? What's going on? The whole picture, the somatic feel of it. And so I've done a ton of healing through therapy, through seeking. I'm a seeker. I took refuge in Buddhism about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation is very, very important to me. Sometimes I
Yeah.
go off the rails and I don't meditate. I'm human, but
Yeah.
I journal, and journaling has always helped me, and I didn't understand the science behind why it was helping so much. It was the physical piece of it, because in my journal I would write about how I'm feeling emotionally, how I'm
Mm-hmm.
feeling physically, and that's in my journal. Those are the two main daily prompts after you do the grounding activities at the beginning of the journal. So there's the
Mm-hmm.
five senses, grounding activity, things like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you get to the daily prompts, it's how do you feel emotionally? How do you feel physically? What needs your attention today? That could be a to-do list, but it could also
Mm-hmm.
be about your inner journey. What needs your attention? And then an aspiration, or what are you grateful for? And then
Right. Gratitude.
there's also room to journal on the other page.
Mm.
So journaling has been instrumental in helping me heal from trauma, and I'm still working on that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a work in progress. It is a lifelong journey. Dr. Gabor Mate, he talks about a trauma, and how, it's not what happened to you, it's how you internalize
You
it.
perceive it. Yeah. Yeah.
And I didn't have any mentors. It's nobody's fault. There's no blame, but I had no mentors until I became an adult. And my first husband's mother, she saw something in me, and I all of a sudden thought, oh wow, maybe I am smart. Maybe I
Mm.
have potential in this life, because I didn't growing up. I didn't. I was bullied, I was abused. And but again, I just want to say, like, there still were lots of great times in my life, but it
Mm-hmm.
had an effect on me. It had an effect.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As most people, if people say that they've gone through a childhood and nothing triggered them or nothing happened, I would question that, because
Yeah.
usually things do happen
Hmm.
during childhood that can leave emotional scars.
Hmm.
And if it's particularly if people don't get treatment, seek out professionals to help them
Hmm.
sort through the dirty laundry.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
may I ask, in terms of your being adopted,
Hmm.
how how did that happen and at what age?
So I was adopted at 3 months. I
Oh,
do know that my biological mother, which unfortunately she passed away at 47, and I never got to meet her. She was 20 when she gave birth to me, but her mother, at that time, that was 1966, small
mm,
town of Pugwash, Nova Scotia, and she was not interested in her daughter having a baby. So
mm,
my mother was sent to her aunts in New Brunswick. And when she was ready to give birth, she gave birth in a small town called Spring Hill, Nova Scotia, which is only 20-minute drive from where I grew up. And she didn't, from what I heard, she didn't want to give me up. Like, my biological name, she named me. My biological name is Susan Del Sarson. So I should have been a Susan. I was supposed to be a
mm,
Susan. So, and I have three sisters. I 20 like about 20 some years ago, I did meet my biological family. I have three sisters by the
mm,
same mother. It's different fathers. So she went on to marry and have three children, and they all grew up in Ontario. And I have an uncle who lives near me. So yeah, my parents, again, the parents that brought me up, they
Mm-hmm.
always told me I was adopted. I was never, that was never hidden from me. That was never hidden from me. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, part of the abuse, though, growing up, was my mother saying things like, if you ever drink, you're going to be an alcoholic because, the people that your blood relatives, they're mostly alcoholics. And so I would hear
Mm-hmm.
these things all the time, and I
Yeah.
also heard a few times growing up, if you don't behave, we'll send you back to the adoption agency. So
Oh,
that's an
cruel.
effect on people. They didn't
Yeah, it's
know
very
what they were
cruel.
saying. I really
Yeah.
don't believe it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really, really cruel. So you're having experienced those things. You made a determination and a decision not to be the names that they were calling you because
I
that,
actually said that when I was a teenager. I still remember clearly being out with a friend of mine and saying, "I will never be like them. Never."
hmm hmm
And if I had have had children, I hope that I would have stopped the intergenerational trauma with my children. But I was still doing some major healing in my 30s and 40s. I'll be 59 this month. So it's hard. It's difficult. It's difficult to let go of all of that, right? It
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
time. Yeah.
But that's when journaling comes in because
Yes.
when
Yes.
you are processing all of that, you need an outlet to
Mhm.
release it. Hug
Yes.
a tree, hug your animals, your fur babies, and then just go to journaling, and it lets you know what you've
Yeah.
been holding inside. It's now on paper, and you can read
Yes.
and see
Yes.
how far you've come.
Hmm. And
Yeah.
journaling has been scientifically proven to slow you down, to
hmm
trigger parasympathetic part of your nervous system in order to rest and digest, as opposed to being with a huge, highly like a high cortisol level in the
hmm
sympathetic part of the nervous system, right? You're not, you're in flight, freeze, and when you're there, your anxiety level goes up, your cortisol level goes up, and you can't think straight. And just by picking up a journal, piece of
Yeah.
paper, a notebook, it doesn't have to be fancy, and a pen, and
Yeah.
writing it down, it just slows you down. It truly, truly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it does. And I think what happens too is that it gets you in touch with your innermost feelings that sometimes we're not allowed to express because
Hmm.
people think that you're just being um, overly sensitive or
Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't be so sensitive. Why? Why?
hmm
I like being sensitive. I don't think that's a
hmm
bad thing.
hmm it's not. And what happens is that with journaling, it lets you know
Hmm.
how far, like I said, how far you've come
That's right.
and the direction in which you're going, and it keeps
Mhm.
you pretty much on track.
Yeah,
And you don't have to do it
absolutely.
every day.
No.
Sometimes people do it a couple of times a week or once a week. Whenever you feel like expressing yourself on paper.
Hmm. And that's a good point, because that's one of the reasons people feel like they can't journal, because
hmm
they feel like, oh, if I journal, if I don't journal every day, I'm a failure and I'm not good at it. No, no, journaling every day is amazing. But if you don't, when you have those stressful feelings and you just want to pick up your journal and journal, I mean, that's enough.
Yeah,
Creating a regular schedule is also really good. It is.
yeah, yeah.
But again, yeah, if you don't journal for a few days, it's not a failure. You just come back
Right,
to the journal and do it again.
right.
Yeah.
Journaling keeps you disciplined, you
Yes,
know,
it really
and
does.
yeah, it keeps you disciplined. It keeps you knowing that, okay, I
Hmm.
need to take time out for me. And that's one of the easiest way to provide self-care
Yes.
to yourself. Is you're
Yeah.
nurturing yourself and you're just talking to you and supporting you. I think that's wonderful. So in your childhood, you grew up and then you went to what happened? And
I
you
I
left your hometown.
Yeah, I moved to Yarmouth. I followed a boy. It didn't work out, but I stayed
Ah,
anyway.
how many of us have done that? I follow somebody.
And that's where I met my first husband. And
Mm,
he and his mother, at that point, you know, I didn't really see the potential in myself. Because I'd never had a mentor. And
mm-hmm.
my first mother-in-law, she was amazing. She helped me see the worth in myself. She helped me see that I was worthy and that I had intelligence and that
Yeah.
I could, prosper. And yeah, it made a huge difference in me. It really, truly did. My marriage didn't last. That's too bad, but at the same time, those two people are instrumental in my life. Yeah.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah. And what happens is people in our lives for a reason, a season, or a
Yeah,
lifetime.
I think so.
And once
Yes,
we discover
absolutely.
that, then we can be okay with it. Because some people are just there to ignite the passion within us, or
Mhm.
something that's lying dormant, and others are there for the long haul. So yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So you left your town and you moved to a larger city. And
Mhm.
did you go to the university or?
Yeah, so after my separation, after my divorce, I moved back actually to my hometown for a little bit, but I had the bug. I wanted to, so I did a 2-year paralegal, 2-year legal
Mm,
assistant program, and I was
mm-hmm,
valedictorian, which is what made me realize my mother-in-law was right. I do have a brain.
mm,
So I work for a law firm in my hometown. I was on the board of directors for abused women for the YMCA.
mm,
I was really part of the community and I love that. But I wanted to go back to school again. I had the bug.
mm-hmm.
So I moved to the city in Nova Scotia, to Halifax. And that's where I started my journey to get an undergraduate. I have a business degree, but it's interesting. 3 years into my business degree, I realized, oh, I don't really like business. But that's
Mm-hmm.
okay. I was
Mm-hmm.
studying Spanish, and I lived in Spain for. I lived in Madrid for a year, came back, and
Oh.
started working. Yeah, so and then I started working for a nonprofit organization teaching English in the workplace. So I work with immigrants and newcomers,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it.
The
I've been
ones
with
in
them for
Spain, you work with
18
people in
years.
Spain. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was working in Spain. I was teaching because I was studying Spanish and I was also teaching English as a foreign language. And then I did the
Mm-hmm.
same thing when I came back home. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm now, I am going to be 59 on September 25th. And a couple of years
Wow.
ago, I started thinking, is this it? Is this all there is? I would really like to do more with my life. And
Mm-hmm.
again, I've always been a seeker. I've always been in helping or teaching roles of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I started looking into print on demand journals just for fun. And then
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, wait, what about a mental health journal? A premium
Mm-hmm.
mental health journal. So I worked with a designer, I put my heart and soul into it, and I launched it 2 years ago in November. And I'm still working on that path.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My goal is to have financial independence within the next 2 years, and I see the
Well,
light, and I know it's going to happen, and I want to help other women do the same thing.
well, you're well on your way. It's
Thank you.
already here. It's just like I believe in quantum physics, so we just have to catch up to the dream. It's already here, and you have
Mhm,
a passion for it. And I think what happens to some of the traumatic things that we experience, it seems like there's no rhyme or reason. Whereas I
mhm.
think the creator is using us as vessels to go out there to deal with that population that no one else can address. So
Yeah,
yeah, the pain with a purpose.
pain with purpose. Yeah,
Yeah, that just came to me. Pain with purpose.
I
Yeah.
love that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
Mhm.
let's get some more information, and then in about 5 minutes, I would like to get your contact information before we go further.
Mhm.
So you went to university and you
Mhm.
got married. The marriage didn't last. but the mother-in-law in it was the one who saw your inner strength and beauty, and because of
That's right.
her, you
Hmm.
were propelled
That's right.
into your passion,
Hmm. Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So the purpose was not the hubby, but his mother.
Pretty much. That's yeah. I mean, my first husband is an amazing human being as well, and we're actually still friends today.
Mm,
But we were both very young. I was 20 and he was 23, and yeah, I mean, lots of young marriages last, but
mm-hmm,
the odds are stacked against you. So
mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. So I have no regrets about any of the stuff that's happened to me over the years. I mean, listen, there's been lots of highs and lows, lots of good and
Yeah.
bad, but it's made me who I am today, and I'm still growing and I'm still learning. And that's another reason why I created the YouTube channel about, I think, probably about 7 or 8 months ago now, Rise with Jewels, is because I want to talk about all things trauma, addiction, menopause as well. Like to go
Mm-hmm,
back to journaling, I now journal twice a day with my journal because
mm-hmm,
I had surgery in April and I can no longer take hormone replacement therapy. And so, because of that, my menopause is back full blast.
mm-hmm,
So, I'm having a hard time sleeping at night.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I have created this. I have a morning regime, but now I have a just as detailed evening regime. And one of the things I do every single night with the journal, and it does help, is do a brain dump. Everything that is in here gets down on a piece of paper so that I don't lay there in bed and think about it. And then I do yoga
mm-hmm,
nidra.
mm-hmm.
I do yoga nidra. I lay in bed and I've got my yoga nidra on my app, and I do 30 to 45 minutes of that, and I just lay there and just drift into sleep. And it's not perfect, but it's better than it was because I was struggling with sleep after surgery.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Well, you seem like you have really done an excellent job at outlining.
I have to.
Yeah,
I'm that type of person. I really, really have to have a
a,
routine.
a plan. Yeah,
I
yeah. I
do.
think you've
Yeah.
done an excellent job
Yeah.
with our lives. So let's get your contact information because
Sure.
time is passing, and I definitely would like for people to be in touch with you, particularly people who are interested in journaling and writing down
Hmm.
your accomplishments and all these wonderful things. Because when you look back on the journal, you say, wow,
Hmm.
this time last year, I thought I was going to sink, but I overcame it. And then you can see the process and the steps that you
Absolutely.
took to
Yeah.
ensure
Hmm.
that that happened. So let's let's do that. So
Okay.
let's get your contact information.
Okay. So my email, if people want to actually reach out to me in email, it's
Mm-hmm.
Jewels Wellness Journals at gmail.com, Jewels Wellness Journals at gmail.com.
Okay,
And
spell Jewels for
yeah,
me.
Jewels, wellness, WELLNESS, and journals, JOURNALS, at gmail.com. And my website is the same, jewelswellnessjournals.com. And my YouTube channel, so youtube.com/, and then at Rise with Jewels, RISEWITHJEWELS, Rise with Jewels. And I'm starting, and if people do reach out to me, and they're interested in joining a community of like-minded midlife women who want to talk about all things midlife,
Yeah,
I'm
I know a
starting a
lot.
community. I'm
I know a
starting a
lot.
community called the Courage Collective, and it's going to
Hmm.
be opening soon. So
The
stay tuned.
courage, I like that. The Courage Collective.
Yeah, the Courage Collective. So, mhm.
So if someone would like to talk to you one-on-one, you do provide discovery calls.
I'm not right now, but that's why I gave my email address because
Mhm.
I'm not adverse to it. If someone did want to speak to me, if something that I said in this podcast resonated with them and they just wanted to have a conversation, I would definitely do that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
maybe provide them with any tools that they're just not aware of yet. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's wonderful.
Mhm.
That's wonderful. So now what, where are you now in your wonderful journey of self-discovery? What are you pursuing now?
What am I pursuing? My main focus right now is getting my spiral journal on the market in November. It's launching in
Mhm,
November, and then my
mhm,
letting go, uh, inhale, courage, exhale, fear. That's coming out next spring or summer, and that is going to be a very specific 3-month journey for women. So
mm.
not the same daily prompts every single day for 3 months. There's a month of prompts with some exercises, another month of prompts, to
Oh, okay,
help people
okay.
move from fear into courage. Being able
Yeah,
to just one step at a time. Like, none of us are stuck. None of
yeah,
us are stuck. We just feel like we are. We've been
yeah,
born and programmed to people please and to believe that we can't do it and that life is over at midlife, and
yes.
it is not. It's just starting.
I
Just
love that. I love that. And your vibrancy is one of the things that I noted in my creating Great Lives on the Rise, because as I mentioned earlier, we're
starting.
vibrant and alive, and your
Oh,
energy
thank you.
speaks to that.
It probably
And
didn't come out as much today because I'm nervous about the podcast, but thank you. Thank you.
no, no,
Yeah,
it came out perfectly, perfectly.
awesome.
And I think that you would be excellent as a mentor to guide women
Hmm.
in a way in which it doesn't feel threatening or
Yeah.
too self-disclosing, because some people are private and they don't desire to share everything on a piece of paper because they are private. But I
And we're
think,
made to believe that we shouldn't either, right? It
yeah,
takes
yeah,
a lot for women to speak out. Like, none of us are alone. If you're going through something, guarantee there's a million other women going through it. And that is
yeah.
not my Courage Collective to be. I want it to be a community where I will do lives at least once a month, and there'll be PDFs like with journaling prompts and maybe book suggestions. There'll
Hmm.
be lots of different things. And the founding women, the first 50 women that join that, it's free for life, and they'll help. And
Oh,
I want them to help me create it. They will be filling out a survey that will tell me what they want in it.
with the needs, yeah, with the
Yeah.
needs of that
Yeah.
is so amazing. So listen, everyone,
Yeah.
you are at
Email
the
me.
ground level with Jules, and you
Email
see how
me.
vibrant and how wonderful she is and how nurturing she is. You're going to
Thank
start this movement that's going to be global, like Great Lives on the Rise. We're global. And you're going to have people like you become
you.
so in love with life and the
Yes,
vibrancy.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just so in love with life. And the journaling helps you release some of the past trauma. So
Oh,
you
it,
look at it and say, you know, I survived that. And I not only survived it, I'm thriving now and I
yes.
overcame it. I'm no longer held in prison by
Mhm.
whatever it was that tried to intimidate me, tried to belittle me, tried to gaslight me, whatever, to dim my light. And I'm no longer going to do that.
And like you said, this is a movement. And I know I'm
Yes,
focusing mostly on women, but it's a movement. It's a movement for midlife people, for people who
yes,
feel like they're disappeared. They've been disappeared,
yeah,
and no, that's
yeah,
not the case. That's not the case. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is so true. And I think what's wonderful, Jules, is that you're giving women permission to talk about things
Absolutely.
that,
All things trauma,
yeah,
addiction. Like, we didn't even get into
yeah,
my alcohol addiction. No, we did. We did. We talked about it a little bit. Menopause, addiction, trauma, all of it.
yeah, yeah. Because see, with journaling, you don't ask permission. You just write down what your innermost thoughts are. And some of the women who are 50 plus have not been given permission
No,
to say,
exactly.
to say, I love my children, but I don't like them.
I was a stepmother to teenage girls, and they were amazing and they really liked me, but oh my goodness, female hormones in a house. Yeah. I get it. I may not have had my own children, but I get it.
Yeah. And that's the thing. So with journaling, you are giving yourself permission to talk about everything from religion to everything. You say,
Absolutely, everything.
this day I'm mad at God. And God said, okay, that's cool.
Mhm, mhm.
I don't, but you're not given permission in traditional churches or whatever to say something like that. So with journaling, you can just write your feelings,
You
because
can learn how to create healthy boundaries for yourself.
yes, I love that.
Start saying no, because no
Yeah,
is
yes,
a
yes,
full
yes,
sentence.
Jules.
N-O full stop.
Yes, it's a full sentence.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. But no explanation. And like you said, Jules, which I love, is that you're setting boundaries, because a lot of
That's right.
women, particularly
Healthy
women
boundaries.
who are 50 plus, have been conditioned in some ways
Oh,
not to express the fullness of who they are. And the
right.
journaling is allowing them to put on paper who they really are, so that can then be put into action. I
Mhm,
love that.
mhm, mhm,
Love
mhm.
that. This is a person. Get her journal. And I love the title
There.
for one called Breathe.
Breathe. Yeah. So here it is, just to
I
show you.
love that. Oh, and
Breathe.
look at the blue, how tranquil that is.
Yeah. Well,
I
that's, you
love
see
that.
the turquoise, the turquoise.
Yeah.
This is called branding.
Yes. Branding, darling. Branding. I
And
love
if I
that.
can find it, there's an emotions wheel in here, if I can find it. So this also will help women learn how, men too. Men have bought this journal from me. Actually, I have a man on Amazon who left a 2 minute review video on this journal, how much he loved it. And that was the other I didn't mention. My journal sells mostly in the US and it's on
Uh,
Amazon. Just look for
okay.
Breathe Mental Health Journal, Breathe Mental Health Journal. But the
Breathe.
emotions wheel will help teach women who have felt like they have no permission to speak out or to say how they're feeling, and to learn how to say things like, I'm hopeful, I'm anxious, I'm curious, I'm cautious, instead of just I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm mad. Like, you're
Yeah.
learning more vocabulary to actually describe how you really feel, how you really.
Yeah. And I love the color wheel inside, but the color wheel is connected to different emotions. And
Yes,
emotions are just energy emotion. They're not going to remain there forever.
that's
But
right.
the color wheel gives life to it. And
Hmm.
I love the colors that you have. When I'm not doing my lovely show, I have on different colors, because colors really speak to your soul, and
Absolutely.
it makes you feel alive rather than wearing, brown earth tones all the time. And what I found is that sometimes when people are younger, in their teens and early
Mhm.
20s, they wear a lot of earth tones. And I'm a therapist, and they are depressed. A
Yeah.
lot of them are depressed because of the colors that they're wearing. So you are a perfect example with what you have on in your journal. Breathe, breathe. Yes, I love it. I love it. I
Thank
love it.
you. The
So
ocean is my favorite place to be, and it's turquoise, right? Especially when you go to the Caribbean.
yeah. It's just so peaceful and tranquil, so peaceful and tranquil. So
Thank you.
how, so do people get in touch with you for private sessions? Do they bring you in for workshops? How can they best utilize your skills?
So right now, I'm not, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not doing private sessions, but if somebody wants to talk, if they need to just have a discussion and ask some questions based on this interview, I
Mm-hmm.
am more than happy to talk to them, and they can email me at
Mm-hmm.
my Jewels Wellness Journals gmail.com. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and if they want to set up a Zoom or something just to have a conversation and find out more resources that I offer, that I would absolutely love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
In the Courage Collective, there will be workshops, and I'm actually doing my first uh, on-site workshop for the Canadian Mental Health Association in my city in November on why we should journal, the science behind it, and then we're going to do a hands-on journaling activity to help people who just don't think journaling is their thing, or they just don't know where to start. And so I'm going to do more and more of that as well. So there's lots out there that I can help people with if they want to reach out to me via email or one of my other, I have Instagram. So I have an Instagram, Jewels Writes Journals is my Instagram account. They can find me on Facebook as well. It's not too difficult, and I'm on LinkedIn. So if you're a business person listening to this, Julianna Sherriff, that's the name of my LinkedIn, even though I go by Jewels. So they can find me there as well. Yeah, I'm on all social media.
Yeah, spell that for them.
Julianna, Julianna My mother liked double letters. Julianna Sherriff. So you can find me on LinkedIn as well. And I post every day. I send messages out there, just, hoping that they resonate with people.
And your energy resonates with people. It definitely resonates with me.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think it's so important in these days and times that people have an outlet, because the world seems so unstable.
We're busier than ever. We're more stressed than ever. We're attached to our phones. There's no downtime. It's tough. It's the younger generation definitely has it harder than we did growing up, sure. And even, midlife women are dealing with all of that as well. Like my newest addiction is doom scrolling, and I'll admit it. I'm a doom scroller. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress.
That's the key thing. I can offer you an antidote. Continue to do doom scrolling, but then there is the uplifting pieces. You know what I like to look at? I like to look at the videos there's this guy who fosters baby kittens. I love it. Yeah.
So I follow a lady. She lives somewhere in the U.S. She's central, and she rescues mostly old cats. And she's got over 100 now. She's got indoor, outdoor facilities, and I follow her and I love her videos. So yeah, I do that.
Yeah. And the ones with little doggies and babies. Yeah, they make me feel really good. So it's like an antidote.
We have that in common.
Yeah. At night, I'm looking for it. And then there's this little poodle. I'm giving free information for people called Noodles. I follow her. She's so insubordinate, and she's working in an office. She stirs up trouble.
Oh no.
And it's like a real dog, but this person has her dressed up like an office person, and I follow her. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. So Jules, it has been an honor and a pleasure to talk with you.
Thank you. And it's been an honor to be invited onto your podcast. I believe in your movement as well. I think it's amazing. Together, we're going to educate and provide a place for midlife people and everybody, for sure. Yeah.
We are not over the hill.
No.
We're not done. None of those things. We are in our second half of our lives. And for most of us, if you've had children, they're out of the house now, hopefully. Hopefully. And the grandkids can come to visit and you can spoil them, but they're not in your house, hopefully. So this is the time for you. This is the time for you to do whatever you desire to do. I know several women who started learning how to swim in their 60s. One now is like a state champion here in Georgia. And the other gets up like at 5 in the morning. No, she's at the pool at 5. And she swims 1 hour. And she's a medical doctor, so it's an excellent release for her. So you're doing the things that you were not able to do when you were younger for whatever reason, because had children, you had other obligations, or you didn't have the financial resources. So go for it.
Right. That's right. Go for it. Sky's the
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah.
Just one quick little story. Like my husband is older than me, right? He
Mm.
calls himself my current husband. And he's 82. My husband's 82. He's 23 years older than me. And 8 years ago, he started running when I'm not running anymore. I'm not running these days, but I have run. I've done marathons and half marathons, and I got him out running. And in his 70s, he was placing for his age category. Now, the number of people that age running are going down, but he was so excited. He was so excited because he's never been a runner his entire life. He's an artist, a musician and architect, but he's never been into like running, and I got him into running, and so he was placing. So age is just a number.
It's just a number.
My husband looks maybe 10 years older than me. Maybe.
Yeah, it's just a number. And we're breaking out of those social confines and constructs and defining who we are and not letting anyone
there's more
else
of us,
take
I
that
think.
from.
Yeah. We're living longer and we're saying, all right, listen, there's a place for me.
And I am going to create it. I'm not waiting for you to create it. I'm not waiting for you to give me a place at the table. I will create my own table. Thank you very much. Jewels, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a real pleasure for me as well. Thank you. Thank you very much. And
thank you.
Another plug for the mug. Oh, that rhymes.
Yes, Great Lives on the Rise. Go to our store and definitely look up our merchandise. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have mugs, doormats. We have it all. Just go and become part of the movement. Join us every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. And if you can't join us then, we have the replay, which becomes immediately available by 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can look at it at any time throughout the week, anytime during the day, night, or whatever. And tell your other friends to go to our YouTube channel, Great Lives on the Rise. Click like, click subscribe, and you will never miss an episode. Thank you, beloveds. Love you. Thank you, beautiful Jewels. And get her journal.
Thank you.
Get her journal, okay? The next time you are on Amazon, get Jewels' journal. See how beautiful it is? Get it today. So thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste, beloveds. Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Great Lives on the Rise, being brought to you by Jamila Scents, which is the product line of Oyende Enterprises. Jamila Scents is a 100% natural aromatherapy line that heals the mind, body, and soul. This episode of Great Lives on the Rise was intended to uplift you, to inspire you, and to motivate you. Please tell all of your friends, family members, and anyone you know who's 50 plus, who's living a vibrant life and interested in doing more and enjoying life even to its fullest. So thank you, and please subscribe, like, and comment on this video and all our videos. Thank you, and until next time, until our next podcast, namaste and be well.